Hello everyone, so we would be now recording part 2 of homework 6, which would be to try this out on the FPGA board with one slight variation that when key 0 is pressed, we want the average of the previous cycle inputs loaded to be displayed on the 7 segment display. For that, I have tried to modify the C code such that I've added a new input, which is a trigger, which would be the pressing of the key 0, which would eventually load the values which are there as a part of the switches to the buffer. So I've added one extra if statement which says that if at all there is a trigger, you shift the existing samples and insert the new sample and compute the sum. And at the same time, also added a logic to hold the previous value if the trigger is not active, so that it keeps the value of the last average if at all not desired. And I generated the .v file with it. This .v file I have edited to make it compatible to hexadecimal displays as well as the trigger. So for that, what I have done is I have added a short code in the end which has hexadecimal displays and a wrapper around it, which what it does pretty much is that it holds the previous value and also it takes the sampled input as an input from the switches whenever the key is pressed, and the logic for key pressing is equivalent to an edge detection on key 0. Um, After generating this code, we have tried compiling this. This is our plain planner wherein we tried adding all the hex displays over here and their equivalent mapping accordingly. And in the following minutes of the video, we will see the working of the same code on the FPGA board. So this is a video demonstration of the same circuit working on the FPGA board. I'm going to take multiples of 8 for simplicity, and then we'll start loading values 8, 16, 24 and 64 and see if the value of the average sum in the previous cycle is loaded correctly or not. So I'll start by pressing, first resetting everything, and then I'll start by pressing 8, press the key, nothing happens. Then I'll load a value of 16 to this. So now it should display the average of the previous loaded value, which was 8. So it should be displaying 1. Now I'll change this 16 to 24, and now it should be displaying an average of 8 and 16, which is supposed to be 3. So that works fine. Now I'm going to change this 24 to 64 to 64, and the next expected value should be 6. So now it is 6, and then I am going to reset this